going to light the sprinkler room first. So I've been fortunate to be able to burn things, as we said, thanks to the funding from the federal government. We've been doing this since the 90s with Christmas trees. We were doing these tests to test smoke alarms when we realized the fuel package of these new furnishings. So we're going to go ahead and start this fire. I'll try to get here where I can see and stay out of the way. As Tom said, we're going to light this thing in a waste paper basket. It's only as if you discarded a candle. So common things is discarded material as a cause of fire in the room, in your living room. Naturally, kitchen fires are in the kitchen, but this is simulating a fire in your living room. So this could be a discarded cigarette, it could be a malfunctioning electrical piece of equipment, could be a discarded candle that turned over, you threw a blanket over a candle. You can see the smoke, there's the smoke alarm. That's get out, stay out, and close the door on the way out. Now that's how quickly, because you had a fire, that sprinkler's flowing 13 gallons of water a minute, and it'll contain it to that room. Only that one closest to the fire goes off. That's why Fire Marshal Smith said, out of all those fires, they're contained with one head. That's the same across the country. 96% of the fires are contained with one sprinkler device. And again, you see we have water, and that's water damage, but it's not destroyed. The other thing this does, it gives people time to escape if you're able. What we know is children under 14 years old will not hear that smoke alarm. They will not wake up to the sound of that smoke alarm. You have to get to your children and get them out because they can't hear that. Their sleep cycles are such that they don't respond to that smoke alarm. This sprinkler gives us time to get out. It also gives time for firefighters to arrive and contain the fire to keep it from spreading. And in your house, this is only designed for it to keep the fire in that room of origin. And again, giving our firefighters time to get there and make sure that that fire's out. So, and you can see we got some damage in this room, but again, the water restoration industry has come so far over time. They'll have this cleaned up, contained to that unit, contained to that floor, or the floor below it, really quickly. So that's the positive. And again, you can see our bear here salvage. We'll let you come up and take a look at this. This is flowing 13 gallons of water a minute. They're about to flow 150 gallons of water a minute. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and start the fire in the side. And again, you'll see our intent with testing and demonstration is to be able to recreate the same fire. Same fire in a waste paper basket. This is missing the early suppression. This is missing the fire sprinkler system. So I'll try to watch that from here, staying as close to our wireless device as I can. But this is going to be a much different fire event than this one because, again, it has a smoke alarm, those people that can hear that and respond. But what about our elderly? What about handicapped, hearing impaired? What about those people with mobility issues? What about our pets? We're seeing over 400,000 pets a year dying, and that's common in fires. Now you can see we got the same speed of fire here. This fire is going to race up those curtains. Again, discarded material. You're going to start to see this smoke build up. This smoke is what kills. Smoke is that fuel from that fire, and you'll see the fire seem like it's going to die down. It's going to get lazy. That's what we know that says, hey, I think I got time. I can escape this. The problem I want you to watch is I have a piece of newspaper laying on this floor in here. As that smoke continues to build up, that's that couch in smoke form. And now this in your house would be much faster because we don't have a 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing in an 8-foot opening in your house. So you have to give us credit with the fact that says this is going to take longer than it would if you had this pumping out of a 30-inch door in a residential dwelling. The smoke is filling up the rest of your home. We know this smoke, as I said in there, a 3,200 square foot house can be filled with that smoke. And it's over 500 degrees at the ceiling. You don't hear a smoke alarm anymore. Why? Because it's already destroyed that smoke alarm. Just that little bit of heat just destroyed one of the devices we need. And again, as you see, you think, well, this is going slow. But that smoke is heating every second this is going on. And when you see flashover, this newspaper, the good thing is in research, we would have thermocouples and we would be watching this on an iPad in my hand. But here I have a poor person thermocouple right there on the floor, and that's mine. That's a newspaper. Guess what I know that newspaper will do? It'll catch on fire at 500 degrees every time. So when you see this newspaper catch on fire, it's 500 degrees at the floor, which this event in here, I can feel it now, is not survivable. If you were in this room, this is not a survivable event. And it's about to be to where it's not survivable for firefighters. You see that smoke push more, get more intense, the velocity. You watch this chair. This chair, we now have a three-dimensional fire. There's fire on the floor. Watch this chair as the top of that chair catches fire. And now you see my newspaper smoking? That newspaper is at 500 degrees, and that's flashover. Get it, guys. That's total destruction. And you see how fast that window closed. It went from 500 degrees to 1,500 degrees in a matter of seconds. And that's what cost us our lives as firefighters. It's what takes the lives of our citizens. And it exposes our firefighters to an environment that they don't have to be exposed to.